It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. And we're back. Maybe you thought we weren't going to come back.
That's right. We didn't know if we were going to come back.
What happened here is I went to the bathroom. I came back. Walker was gone. And then we started Mohney FM.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then that's where I spent the majority really of my time. And I don't know, you went on vacation or something.
We've gone on vacation. We've done a few things, but yeah, we have some catching up to do.
We got some catching up to do. And man, here we are. It's sunny outside right now. It's not freezing cold. It's not Christmas time. By the way, how did Christmas go for you?
That's the last time we talked, isn't it?
I don't know. Anyway, you tell me you have some stuff.
Well, folks, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Mohney FM is sweeping Lewis County like nothing before.
It's like wildfire, folks.
It is. And if you don't know what that is and you're just joining us, go to mohneyfm.com. It's a brand new radio station here, and it's focused on Lewis County. And Steve, it's Mohney FM because this is your baby. And you and Commander Dave has stepped in, and we picked him up, and you guys have done a tremendous job.
We're having a good time over there.
Not only a good time, it's the best sounding radio station that you're going to find in the area. It's not even close.
We love it.
Absolutely. It's you play a lot of familiar hits. You're going to go, oh, yeah, I remember that one. Oh, yeah, thank goodness they're playing that. That's what we're playing.
There's a lot of them on there that, Commander Davis said, hey, how about this? And I'm like, man, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's even happening to me where I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. What the hell? Because I don't have my record player, set up with
now. 20 45s
that's
all
right.
stacked on top of each other. So
remember the little arm?
Yes.
Anyway, what do you got going here, Paul?
But what we're going to do is, of course, the Mohney Show podcast began Steve's journey here at the E-Line Network.
It did.
And now Steve is fully entrenched in the culture of Eli. And it's a fun place, and we're going to continue to make it a fun place. So we wanted to add that radio station. We've been talking about it. Commander Dave became available. He is the genius. He's the IT guy. And, of course, he is the afternoon host as well. We've got your son, Matthew, who is a huge radio star across the nation, and he has jumped in to help us with some things as well.
He's the guy they hear at the top of the hour. He's the when he was 4, I was teaching him. When he was 7, I was still teaching him. And when he became about 14, he passed his dad. So there you go.
Yeah, it took him a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
but Mohney FM, the thought process behind this is it's only online. It is not, you can't go to your old radio. It's not on the AM dial or anything like that. And Mohney FM is just the name. It's obviously not on the FM, but it tells you that it's radio.
It's radio. It's
internet radio.
Well, the thing of it is you have all these stations all over the country, Jack FM. Now you've got Emily.
Yeah.
FM up in Seattle, where that's more of a gal's format.
All right, Fred.
So why not Mohney?
Thank you, Fred. Gal. What are you, Fred Flintstone? Hey, let's get the gals and go bowling down at the Rockable.
I'll tell you what, if Joe Rockhead's there, baby, I'm taking it. Sorry, Wilma. Tony's over there going, oh, Lord.
How'd I get drug into this?
Yeah.
But what we want to do, what we never understood, is all these internet and Sirius XM and all of these other stations that are trying to talk to the world at all times. Mohney FM doesn't do that.
No.
You can listen to us in Tallahassee, in Santa Fe, in London.
You can.
In Afghanistan, if you want.
By the way, they have listened to us right out of London. My cousin Todd's over there.
Oh, there you go.
He listens to the Beatles show.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not sure when he hears it because it's
right. Yeah,
13 hours difference or whatever.
Well,
but
yeah, and he probably sets his timer for it.
And he's got a band. and they're very good. And we've actually played his music on Mohney FM.
I love it.
So we've beamed into London.
But again, folks, this station is Lewis County. You're going to hear Centralia Chehalis weather. You're going to hear the happenings of what's happening around town, and I think there's a couple of things.
There's plenty of things going on. You've got the Reuse It Fair. Comes up this coming Saturday, Centralia College. We're talking about that. You can meet at the Lewis County Historical Museum at 10 a.m. this coming Saturday to help clean up downtown Chehalis.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's probably coincides with, okay, if you guys want to have ladies' night, shopping night in downtown Chehalis, then you damn well better clean your room. So that's where that's at. You think
that's where that came from? Okay, but that's what this is about. We're going to talk about. This is a real community radio. We're not going to talk. You're not going to hear the Mega Millions numbers spewed out here unless Mohney actually finally wins it. Of course, we probably won't hear it then because he'll be long gone.
Yeah, just be this.
But we wanted to bring back the radio that we grew up with. And I grew up in Tumwater, KGY, Dick Poost, Dick Nichols, Willie Kelly. The fact that I can still remember all of those. And then I ended up working at the competition when I first got into radio up there in Olympia at KQ92, KQEU.
That's right. You worked, wasn't there like a dry cleaner's office downstairs or that was a gas station? Or?
A gas station, little store. Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
a nice building.
Yeah. Well, it was a weird little building, but hey, that's where we were. And but again, we did local sports. We're not going to do local sports on Mohney FM. That's what Eli Sports Network is for.
That's what you guys do.
But when WF West or Napavine or Adno does something well, and Steve knows, he's going to talk about it. He's going to talk about those things. He's going to talk about graduations coming up.
Absolutely. And if you
Steve
have something you'd like to talk about, you can give us a ring. You can let us know online. You can let us know on Facebook. Hey, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're good.
That's the whole focus of Mohney FM. So the podcast is shifting from, we used to do hour to an hour and a half at times of the podcast.
Really, and none of it made much sense.
So we're going to condense the nonsensical. We're going to try and do this on a weekly basis and just kind of catch you up on some of the other things. And it also gives us a chance maybe to talk a little bit more about some of the stuff that's coming up. Like we just got done, or we're going to have a Mother's Day giveaway.
Yep.
Details are coming together quickly.
Yep, exactly.
But we've got other contests that are coming up. The Rock and Roll Quiz is on every day. The original rock and roll quiz, right?
Really, I am the one that thought of that.
Yeah. Every now and then,
that's the
Steve
only
has
thing
an
I've
idea.
ever thought of in my life. So I really, it's near and dear to me because it was actually odd that I thought of it, and it was a decent idea.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, daily doubles do come in. Long shots do win a race every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that's our next contest.
Oh, tell us.
The Kentucky Derby.
Okay, there's
so we're that's the cool thing is being here.
The Derby.
And we're working, our partner is Eli Sports Network. And over there, we cover high school sports and all sorts of different sports. Matthew King, Tony Davila, Tyler Herkert's over there, Danny DeBach, and then we cover all of the state.
You guys have been busy.
It's been a busy year for sure. And that's where the contest will be. It'll be on what we call Professor DW's Kentucky Derby. We just got done with
Professor DW.
Yeah, DW stands for something specific that we won't go into at this point.
Trying to sneak one past us, aren't you?
Well, that was what the family calls Matthew. His brothers and sisters call him.
Well, that's very nice.
DW.
Yeah, DW. So we're not talking about. I know you've never watched this, but one of the the little sister of Arthur on the show Arthur is DW.
DW, yeah.
I've sat through a lot of Arthur. Believe me,
I watched a lot of Arthur.
Yes,
absolutely.
I love Arthur.
Yeah,
I still watch Arthur.
Yeah,
because I've got the younger grandkids.
Yes, I know. But the bunny. Boy, he makes
bunny guy.
Baxter.
And what are
Baxter.
we? It's Baxter? Tony says Baxter. Are we people or animals?
I don't know, but he makes me mad.
How come, Paul?
I don't know. He was one of those friends that you hung around with when you had absolutely no one else to hang around with.
Boy.
Come on, we've all had them,
Your mom's like, yeah, so-and-so's coming over.
Oh, boy.
Now you be nice.
Hey, well.
I'll try and be nice.
Or from a high school perspective, he's the kid that you let hang around when no one else had any money. And he had a half case of beer.
He did. And he also had money for gas.
Yes.
and at that point, gas was about 89 cents a gallon. So,
exactly.
So he had $2.
$2. That was, it's almost 2.5 gallons, man. So
that was 2 or 3 times through town.
Yeah.
But if you were in like a Datsun B210, that was the whole night.
The B210. I like that. So on this, we're going to do this. It's going to be 15, 20 minutes generally. We're just going to kind of recap what's going on Mohney FM and invite you to jump on and listen to that when you can.
Please.
And gives us a chance to maybe talk about some of the other things that are going on a little more in depth, a little behind the scenes stuff. We're, one of the big things coming up, we're going to have a whole lot more information coming out here fairly soon. But Music in the Park is a Mohney FM event.
Yes.
That is our media partner. And we've got a great lineup. I mean, I'm really excited about this lineup. It's a lot of different music. It's not just one style, one genre. You guys are going to be talking about, but we also are hoping we're getting this whole online stuff figured out. Think about it. I'm 60. He's knocking on the door.
Hey,
number one,
not quite, my friend.
You're knocking on the door.
I'm knocking on the door, but I still have one, and then
you're still knocking on
the door. My birthday's June 2nd, so I'm not going to be. Yeah.
You're not
what
ringing
are you talking about?
You're not ringing the doorbell yet, but you're knocking.
I'm barely over 39.
Hey, you pulled into the driveway at least, so.
Okay, fair enough. And while we're on the topic,
but couple that with our combined IQ of about 12.
Yeah.
We're figuring this stuff out slowly but surely.
Yeah, the old age isn't helping either.
I will give this to Steve. He probably knows why you could hear his voice in the car when you were on a real radio station or regular or whatever they're called.
Terrestrial radio.
I always thought
terrestrial.
I always thought that was an alien.
Testicle?
Yeah, a testicle on a testicle radio station. I never understood why you could. I still don't know why. I don't know how it works.
It's a bunch of.
I don't need to know how. Just tell me what button to press. I don't need to know anything else other than that. But we're getting this figured out. So we are hoping to have Mohney FM live on the road at times. And
absolutely.
And we're going to be at Music in the Park and hopefully some live remotes and other events, and parades and things like that.
We'll be out and about this summer.
Which will be good because we'll have some live breaks on the radio. But then Steve Mohney, the Mohney Show, or Mohney FM is going to have its own YouTube channel. We can go live on that, so for some behind the scenes. So like earlier, you went out and or last year when Dave from Napa was opening up the Onalaska store on the old podcast, you went out there and you did some tours and things like that. Well, we could do the same thing again, except this time we'll talk about it on Mohney FM. And then, hey, by the way, if you want to flip over and see Steve will walk through live and do, a tour of the new store, for example.
Well, one of our first actual live broadcasts was at the lighted tractor parade downtown Centralia. And that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I was down on the street. Dave was up in the studio, and it was a great time.
But guess what? Just like the $1,500 microwave, it gets smaller and more efficient, and so are we. We're figuring out how to do it easier and better, and so as we get kind of through some of the clunky stuff, we're figuring it out, and this is how you can do this, and being able to use more than just one platform. So we're going to be on YouTube, we're going to be on Facebook, we're going to be on the social media. You're going to see it.
Going to be everywhere.
We want you to follow us when you can, because then we've got a lot of giveaways that we want to do this year.
That reminds me of Seinfeld.
Yeah?
I'm going to be everywhere. Going to be everywhere at Del Boca Vista. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just saying.
So that's the premise of what the new Mohney podcast is going to be.
Yep.
It's going to be short and sweet. We want to talk to you more, let you know what's going on more than what you can hear, because we also know, listening to radio is very personal. It's the time that you have. Maybe you don't have time, or maybe you can only do it from this period to this period. And so you miss out on some things. So you can come back and get caught up on basically what's going on and not miss out. So that's the whole idea of this podcast. I'm just telling Steve this for the first time right now, by the way. That's how we operate. Steve, let's have a meeting. Instead of have a meeting, let's just put it on a camera and we'll make a podcast.
Okay. That's what we're doing, folks.
That's what we're doing. Exactly. That's why we're pretty honest about that. And that's the other thing that we work on, even over on the Eli Sports Network, is we're going to be honest with you. And there's going to be times like, I know I've floated the idea, but for instance, right now we've got Dave, Commander Dave, and Steve doing 98% of the work on Mohney FM.
Yeah, Matthew might be doing about maybe 4%.
Okay, 96.
Yeah, 96.
So, for example, when Memorial Day weekend comes up,
yeah,
it'll probably be recorded out.
Maybe not. I might be at my house broadcasting from your barbecue. The turtle pool.
There you go. You never know.
You never know.
But again, we're hoping to bring in some other fun things to do, but we're also figuring out the system that we're using as well. So all of that is coming together. And then there's the usual things that happen in life. Sometimes stuff comes up, and we know that our listeners can really understand that.
Sometimes you get sick. And
we're just going to tell you, sorry, this is what we have for today. And we hope that
this is what I was able to put together.
Yeah. The fun thing about the older radio back in the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s, it was always called, what is that? Imagination of the mind,
theater of the mind, or something.
Theater
like
of
that.
the mind. Yeah. And if you remember, we used to have Sports Central, and I made it sound like it was, like it was the Lou Grant newsroom back there, and it's a closet. They go, "This is Sports Central." Yeah, it's a phone and a place to sit. That's it.
Sports Central.
So it's fun.
Sound effect there.
That kind of stuff is fun and was fun. But at some point, it's I remember working for a radio station, and they were mad that I dared mention that the Rose Bowl that the Huskies were actually playing in was going to be on ABC at 3:00.
Oh,
because that was going to drive all our listeners away.
Everybody that was listening to you was headed over to ABC.
Yes,
and furthermore, they didn't know.
Yes, they had no idea that the University of Washington was playing in the Rose Bowl on that particular Sunday in Olympia, Washington. They didn't know that. And we don't want our listeners to go elsewhere. Well, I think they've heard Elvis Presley enough that they may take a break from that to watch the Rose Bowl.
Exactly.
I think that just might be it. Look, we also know the fact, because we have them as well. We know you have your playlists. We know you have your favorites. But sometimes you need a break from that too, because you're not sitting there creating a new playlist every week or every other day. I mean, maybe someone is, but hardly anyone. You don't have time to do that. So when you kind of get tired of all your favorites, you want to hear something else, tune on Mohney FM, and you're going to go, I promise you're going to say, oh, geez, I forgot about that one. Oh, geez. Because, Steve, I want you to talk a little bit right now about the philosophy of the music that you're playing. We're not coming in, you're the best of the 70s. No, that wasn't the whole idea, right?
Well, I've tried to put together a playlist that everyone would hate. Because that drives me in life. Yeah, exactly. It's really simple. I mean, there's recognizable music and there's not. I mean, I don't claim to know all the music. There's familiar stuff. I mean, from the probably 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 00s.
Yeah.
And it's just good stuff. I mean, I like a wide variety of music, and that's what we're trying to play here. We're trying to, put it together to where it sounds good next to each other, and
right.
I like my favorites, and
it was more about, we go, why are we limiting just because Foreigners, Cold as Ice came out in 79, it's more recognized as an 80s hit, right? But if you go to listen to the 70s station, you can hear it there, but you can't hear it on the 80s station. Why are we letting a number determine when we can listen to songs that sound like they belong? So, in fact, I've heard there's a couple of 60s tunes that you even throw in because it sounds, it's the mix. Who cares when it was recorded? It's all about the sound and how it comes together.
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing Having My Baby by Paul Anka. No.
Hey.
No.
That was going to be
Sorry.
That was going to be my wedding song.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Gotta draw the line somewhere.
But but someone told me no, we couldn't do that.
Good. Somebody had some sense.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I know. Believe me.
So, and then some of the other things that we're going to do with this podcast. Steve, I don't know if you've noticed.
I've noticed.
T-shirt that I'm wearing here.
Apparently, you were in attendance, and you're now personal friends with Donny Osmond.
Yeah, just like this, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Did he look right out there and say, "Hey, Walker, how's it going?"
Yeah. Hey, is that Paul? Hey, how you doing up there?
I'm trying to think that I know I never did interview him. There was that time we had Cassidy on, David Cassidy.
Yeah, we made him mad, I think.
Oh man. That it was actually we were not recording that. We were doing it live because we ran out of time. And boy, we made him mad. I brought up Bonaducci, and he thought we were like, being mean about Danny Bonaducci, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
But he got mad anyway.
Hung up.
Click.
Tony and I went a couple of weeks ago. We went to Vegas for the National Association of Broadcasters convention. And trying to pick up some new tricks.
Yep.
And gizmos. I'm trying to talk the language.
I was going to say,
how's this gizmo?
I don't recall hearing gizmos.
Yeah. They had a whole table of gizmos at some point.
Yeah.
And technical terms.
8-track tapes and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
But, we took in a few shows. The only two big concerts going on at the time was Carrie Underwood. I'm not a big fan. I understand a lot of people are, and that's fine. Not for me. The other one was Lionel Richie. And I go, let's go see Lionel Richie. Toot, toot. Minimum price for a ticket, $500.
Nope.
Oh, clear. No, we're not going to that one. So we, for the first time, we took in kind of the regular shows that are there all the time. Tony, speaking of a star.
Oh,
in fact, we may need
to
pull that. We may need to pull that video. It's on the Eli Sports YouTube.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes, of him participating with Piff, the Magic Dragon.
Oh
boy! I'll tell you what. What did we pay? $60 a ticket.
Something like that.
Yeah, we were in the second row.
Yeah.
I would have paid $100. I would have paid $200. It's so funny.
If you don't like the questionable language, don't go.
Yep. No, that was Carlos Mencia. That was they were very serious. If you're easily offended, you need to leave now. And they were correct. We found it funny.
Yeah.
If you like that and you're not easily offended, very funny, man. So we saw that. And then the next night, the Wednesday, it's Wednesday. There's Newton and Osmond. They're on all the time.
Right.
But Newton got sick, so he had to cancel the show.
Okay.
So we weren't going to go to that one anyway.
Are you talking about Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne Newton.
He's still there?
Yeah, still. Yeah. He does like 5 shows a week.
I was trying to be smart there.
He's still doing like 5 shows a week. He's at the
How
Flamingo.
old is he? Like,
yeah, he's at the Flamingo. So we stayed at Harrah's.
Okay, all right, good.
And then right to the left, right across the street from Caesars.
Yeah.
And right to the left of Harrah's is the Link.
Yeah.
And then to the left of that is the Flamingo. And between the Link and the Flamingo is this big promenade, and there's a lot of stores and stuff. It's really a cool area of the Strip. That's kind of our favorite area to go. And so he's at the Flamingo like 4 or 5 nights a week. Donnie's at Harrah's 4 or 5 nights a week. Piff was at the Flamingo. Yeah. He was at the Flamingo as well.
Funny guys.
And so we ended up going to see Donny Osmond.
Great show.
It was very Vegas-y. It was very 70s.
I love it.
Like the Donnie and Marie show, variety show style. 8 dancers, all very good except for one male dancer. Tony pointed out was regularly about a half beat off.
Really?
He was not made him mad.
Yeah,
so
well,
let's tighten that up there.
Yeah, he'll have to answer to Donnie at some point.
Donnie, see this picture?
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He still looks. He looks like this. He looks like he's 50 years old.
He does.
He's running around.
He's looked great forever.
And a couple of moments there. One, he sang "Puppy Love," and it was very funny because he goes, "Now, folks, I don't know if you know this, but when Puppy Love was a hit, I was 10." And
was he really?
Something like that.
10.
And he goes, and I can't seem to hit the high notes like I could as a 10-year-old. So they have the video of him literally recording Puppy Love. He has the video and the soundtrack of it.
Okay.
And they did a hologram of him as a kid.
Man,
we are going, is that an actor?
Wow.
That it's out there, right? We couldn't tell that it was a hologram, and he sang with himself. He let himself do the high parts.
I think that's something I'm going to think about.
And yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, it was incredible. And then a very touching part. He did a final video with his brothers, and Wayne passed away earlier this year. And so the final video that they ever did was 2017. Do you remember the name of the song? No, it was a very touching song, and he sang with his brothers that were on the video, and that was a real cool piece there.
Well, what a showbiz family.
One of the things that he did, and he goes, I know a lot of people think we have plants in here. He says, but you did a request.
Oh, really?
So you just shouted out a song. He says, what song do you want to hear? And he'd shout it out multiple times. He goes, I don't remember that song. They're pulling some song off, second song off an album or something, and they'd show the album. He goes, oh, yeah.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. And they start playing, oh, okay. And he'd go, sometimes he did about 20 seconds. That's all I know, folks. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a while back, don't you think? I mean, wow.
So overall, a huge, and by the way, I'm a rather large man. One of the few artists that have 3X T-shirts at the same time.
But he did do Soldier of Love.
He did. Started with that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And then
that was a pretty good sized hit back in 89?
Yeah. Well, and remember that was by the unknown artist.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they didn't say anything.
And he talked about why they did that. He goes, he'd gone through, he kind of went down, had a little downturn in his career, kind of going from that kid from the Donnie and Marie show. Then he went into Broadway. Talked about how he got ready for his first Broadway show. All 6-7 months, Tony, that he rehearsed. One night, shut it down. He said, no, it didn't work out. No. So, Soldier of Love came along. He goes, if I put my name on it, it would have never gotten played.
No.
And so they released it unnamed, and it started getting picked up. And finally they released it, and they go, wow, that's Donny Osmond.
I remember I played this song as a new
remember
song.
Too. I was just getting into radio.
And it was like, hey, well, this isn't too bad, actually. I wonder who the hell this is. It's Donnie. No.
He had a couple more that came off of that, too, if you remember. I can't remember the names of them. But
it's a tough transition.
It is.
I mean,
but, and he's done.
I mean, look at Miley.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from Hannah Montana to stripping on stage. So,
hey, whatever works, whatever pays the bills.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
but we enjoy Vegas. We're going back in October for my birthday.
I know.
Did I tell you what
Yeah, I think you did. Who is that?
So I
can't remember. Who is that? It's Lionel Richie?
No. I did. So on Thursday, October 9th.
Who is that?
I got tickets to Barry Manilow.
Oh, that's right.
All right. He's
Whoa.
at the Westgate. Then on Friday, my birthday, October 10th, the Eagles at the Sphere.
Hey, butthead.
And now you're really going to hate me because I'm going to pull off the trifecta.
Yeah, really.
Now, if I remember right.
Hold on. Barry Manilow.
The Eagles.
Then
on Saturday, we're at the Coliseum at Caesars. Jerry Seinfeld.
Who?
Jerry Seinfeld.
You ass. Really?
Yes.
Seinfeld's going to be there.
Yeah.
Because Matthew's going to go see Seinfeld on like May 2nd.
Yeah. He's back in September and October.
Yeah, of course, I wasn't invited, Shannon. Yeah.
So
stay
now,
up here.
However, you know how we've talked about technology and we're catching up?
Yeah.
So I do have a little bit of a problem.
Oh, Lord.
So October 9th, Barry Manilow. Yeah. I get my, reservation, the confirmation. May 9th.
May 9th?
Apparently I bought tickets for May 9th.
For Barry Manilow?
Yes.
We're down there?
Yes.
Oh, so you're going there too?
No, I can't.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
Because you have to have an enhanced license to fly by May 7th. And the earliest that we could get in to get an enhanced license now is May 28th.
You know what that
means?
So
I've got 2 tickets to Barry Manilow May 9th. Would you like to go? I'll give them to you. I'll give them to anyone that wants to go. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's because I do have my enhanced license that, they told me to get about 4 years ago.
I know, but they kept.
I was going to say, anybody that doesn't have an enhanced license.
Hey, they kept extending it. I figured they were just going to keep doing it.
That was like 6 years ago.
I know.
I mean, I could pull this thing out right now.
I know.
Yeah, I hate flying.
I didn't say that I was smart. I just said,
How did you do May 9th?
I don't know. I don't know how that. And by the way,
it's
like in the third row from the stage. Aisle seat, and it's off to the left side.
I think I probably know somebody that would like to do that. Go.
Okay, good. We have them.
Oh, okay.
And we can forward those.
Yeah. Oh man, that's something else.
So, but that is Mohney.
He's got a hell of a voice still. I mean, I was watching Barry Manilow on YouTube or whatever. I mean, he still sounds great. I know there's a lot. I think in the 80s and 90s, Barry Manilow. This guy's a huge talent.
Yes.
I mean, he craps talent.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did stop by. Now his residency is in the Westgate Casino, and we stopped by there, and there's a Barry Manilow store. It's just
right.
And the lady there, very nice lady that we talked to. Oh, he's so talented. He sounds so good right now.
Yeah.
He just had either a knee or a hip replaced. He's feeling better. He's moving better than ever. He's 82.
Yeah.
And he's just
just one of those guys.
She goes, this, not kidding. You're going to like this. She says he's still giving it.
She said that?
Yes.
He's going to give it to you.
Yep.
Well, he is. No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, he's a guy, a human that has a clear, dynamic voice.
Yeah.
He's not giving me, Jerry Robinson. I write the songs to make the whole world sing. Sorry. Okay, can we edit that?
Yeah.
No, we can't? Okay, never mind.
That's the other thing, that this podcast will not be edited. Real quick before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
You want to run down a couple of our cool sponsors that help us out?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing before we go into that my life does mostly revolve around electric trains. Sorry. And I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We really are lucky.
Yeah.
We've got Centralia OK Tire Point S. Those guys always stand behind us. Of course, Dave over at Now's Wilson's Napa Auto Parts. We've got Laura Lee, John L. Scott, Tyler Rental, Grocery Outlet. Go shop at Grocery Outlet. What did I pick up yesterday? You know what I picked up over there yesterday? Yeah. Those ketchup packets, but the new kind where you can, you bend them and they squirt out.
Oh.
Or you can dip them,
I don't
They
know.
had these in the store for some odd reason. So I got this box where, if we decide to go to the lake or whatever, we've got portable ketchup.
We've got portable ketchup
at Grocery Outlet.
Okay, I like it.
Let's see. What else? I mean, you're putting me on the spot here.
No, well, those and the others that we've had, of course.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm drawing a blank. See, that's what this is.
That's how we do it. That's how we'll be a little more organized as we go along here.
Won't.
I said a little. That doesn't mean that's going to be you're going to be able to notice it, but we will.
Yeah.
But again, we want to bring. If you're tired of hearing the negativity, Mohney FM is where you want to go.
We don't have any
positive.
Negativity.
We're going to talk. We're not talking politics. We're not talking controversies. We're not talking any of that stuff. We're talking about fun stuff.
I tell you what, we're talking about too. Sunday morning, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Steve Mohney's Magical Mystery Tour.
Yes.
Now that's an hour that I enjoy.
Yeah.
More than probably anything.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, I get to get all nerdy and talk about. I mean, you want to hear some facts about the Beatles that I probably didn't even know.
Or
I'll tell you what, you were talking about Vegas a couple of minutes ago, and I was down there at the Paris in Vegas, and we saw Cheap Trick that night, and on the console, meaning running the sound with the sound guys, was a guy named Jeff Emmerich. Jeff Emmerich just happened to be the Beatles engineer.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he's the one that actually put together the two different Strawberry Fields Forever. There was a slow one and a fast one, and John Lennon said, mix them. And he said, well, how? I don't know. Do it. Bloody well do it. Walked out. So I got to meet him. That was a long time ago, but that's a good Beatles story there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 10 a.m. Sundays. Mohney FM.
Then Commander Dave's fabulous 8.
No, he's got Totally Awesome 80s totally at 8.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's just full of the 80s stuff. That's weeknights, Monday through Thursday at 8 o'clock. And then we have the big 80s show on Friday night. It goes from 6 p.m. till 2 a.m.
Ooh.
It's all the MTV stuff. I mean, you'll hear everything on that show. It's a hoot.
It's a hoot and a half.
It's a hoot and a half on that one. So, yeah, Mohney FM, MohneyFM.com.
Yep.
You can go to live365.com. That's where we land. Those are the folks that provide the
download the app, right?
Yeah,
go to the app store.
Download the app as well,
free
on your Android or your Apple phone.
Yep.
Simple. Okay, I have nothing left, Paul.
Yeah, that's all, and that's what this is about. We're going to give you updates, kind of a weekly update.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to say weekly, but there could be a week, hey, where we're on vacation, and it doesn't.
You never know,
but that's okay too. So,
Paul, thanks for being here.
Yep, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
And
Mohney Show wraps it up. Thank you, Tony, for the engineering today, and we'll see you soon.